All right, guys, welcome in. This is UFC 324. We've waited a long time, almost 2 months, to get some UFC fights back, and it is going to be at T-Mobile Arena, and it's Gaethje versus Pimblett, and we are going to be talking about that main card here coming up. But right now, I want to talk about how I got GnP. It's Ground and Pound GnP MMA, very first show. If you came from AJ Let's Talk Sports, I really appreciate it. Thank you guys. Come on over. Hopefully you guys can come over here at GnP MMA and subscribe. I'm not doing UFC or any MMA fights or pick'ems or anything like that on AJ Let's Talk Sports anymore. AJ Let's Talk Sports is going to be exclusively Ohio State football. And then GnP MMA is going to be exclusively UFC fights. Now that it's on Paramount Plus, we should be able to watch every single fight for the whole entire year on Paramount Plus, which I'm so excited about. And hopefully they don't raise the freaking rates. Pray that doesn't happen. Cross your fingers. So the main card, thank you again. I greatly appreciate it. And thank you for subscribing. I have a whopping 1 subscriber so far, and I thank you to them. I don't even know who it is. It's probably my brother or something like that. But hopefully we'll start flowing it in and getting a lot more. Now, we're going to go ahead and just jump right on into this. Main card, Paramount Plus, very first card, featherweight fight, number 6 from England, Arnold Allen, AA Battery. That should be his nickname, AA Battery. And then number 10, Jean Silva. I said like a Frenchman, but he's not French. He's Brazilian, and he is favored quite heavily at a minus 275, but we will wait to see Saturday night what that odds will be at closing time. Let's look at Jean Silva. His nickname is Lord. He just came off of a loss, and he had, count them up, how many fight winning streak? 13 fight winning streak before he got stopped by Lopez via knockout with 4:48 left in the second round back in September, just a few months ago. We are in January, end of January, so that was only like 3 months ago. 4 months ago. I know my math isn't that great. I did watch the sub with Mitchell and Silva back in April. That doesn't even seem that long ago at all, and it was almost a year ago. That's crazy. So Lopez gets him. Jean Silva, I hope that he can turn it around here because he didn't look all that great when he was fighting Lopez. Lopez was just a dominant force of nature, though. So I think Jean Silva gets this win. Arnold Allen is pretty tough as well. He's at a plus 225. But he, the Almighty, is coming off of a win versus Gaethje, and that was a pretty good fight. Went to a decision, and Giga is not that hard to beat now. He's a pretty beast himself. And the last loss was back in January of last year on the 20th. So that's pretty crazy. So only a few days away from his last loss against Evlaev, that went to a decision. So his fights look like they all go to a decision. I think Jean Silva's going to take it to him. He might knock him out in the first. But give me the finish in the second for Jean Silva. Now we're going to the women's flyweight. Number 2, Natalia Silva. She's pretty. I'll tell you that. And she's heavily favored at a minus 400. Probably the heaviest favored on the main card, which she is. She's the heaviest favorite in the main card. Natalia Silva versus Thug Rose, Namajunas. Let's take a look at Thug Rose and look and see when's the last time she lost. She hasn't lost in a while. She beat Maverick back in June. She lost to Blanchfield, and that went to a decision. So Thug Rose is getting better on the ground, better on the stand-up. She's getting there. She did beat Maverick, and that went to a decision. So hopefully this doesn't go to a decision. I'm really wanting this to Silva to get a finish here. And when's the last time Natalia Silva has lost? I'll tell you. She never has lost in the UFC. She is a perfect 7-0 in the UFC so far. Tied for the second longest win streak in the UFC flyweight women's history with 7, and she's on a 13-fight winning streak. Dates back to her pro debut back in 2015 when she came pro, but undefeated inside the octagon in the UFC. And give me Natalia Silva. This might go the distance. I think this is the only fight. If a fight was going to go the distance on this main card, it's the women's flyweight with Silva and Namajunas. But Silva gets the win. Now we're going to go into big boys and the heavyweights. Number 5, Valdo Cortez Acosta, Dominican Republic. He's actually favored at minus 334 against Derek Beast Lewis. Black Beast. Ugh. I actually got him at plus 250. Give me Black Beast in this one. I don't even care. They're giving way too much props for this Cortez Acosta. I'm believing. And he hasn't lost since 2023, even though he only had 3 fights in the past. So he's basically only fighting once a year. But he is starting out 2026 on Paramount Plus with a fight. So he might fight twice. Who knows this year? But he did get the beast knockout against Teixeira. Just dropped him. Like, what was that, a right or a left? Freaking straight and an overhand. Just drops him down and took him to the ground. And that was about it. TKO, knockout, however you want to call it. The Biggie Boy Beast. I don't know why I say Biggie Boy. There's another guy called Biggie Boy. I'm not sure. But he's the beast. Most knockouts in UFC history was 16. There's a fun fact and fun stat for you. Now, taking a look at Acosta. Salsabay. Last time he lost was against Pavlovich. And dude's been fighting like crazy. Fought 3 times last year. And he just lost back in August of last year. And then he had a fight. He had 2 fights in November. Just catapulting himself in the heavyweight division in the top 5. So he beats Delija. And then he beats Gaethje. And they are all knockouts. But he did go to decision against Pavlovich, and he got the loss. But he is on a high rise right now. He's got 8 wins by knockout. He's got a submission via Kimura. He's fought 5 times in 2025. He went 4-1 with 3 knockouts. So kind of the opposite. Acosta fighting a lot. Black Beast once a year in the past 3 years. So I think Derek Lewis is going to be fresher, obviously. Could Acosta be kind of wearing himself out with those 5 fights? That's a good key stat there if you guys are paying attention here, because I'm freaking awesome. So give me the Black Beast at a plus 250. Get your money's back with that fight. All right, Sugar Sean O'Malley. O'Malley's been kind of roughing it right now. He's got a few losses. Number 3, bantamweight, taking on Song Yadong. Ding Dong Yadong. Number 5. It's not his nickname, but it's funny. Song Ding Dong Yadong. Minus 200. Sean O'Malley's actually favoring in this one. And let's take a look. He lost to Davalishvili back-to-back times. His last win was against Vera, and I went to a decision in a 5-rounder back in March 9th of 2024. So, turned pro back in 2015. Made his UFC debut back in 2017. Former UFC bantamweight champion. Coming off of back-to-back losses. But it was against the same person, Davalishvili. 12 wins by knockout, and he's got a rear naked choke finish. Has won 6 of the last 9 fights. He's 6-2 with 1 no contest. 6 of the last 8 wins by knockout. This is going to be really tough. Coming off of the Dana White Contender Series. Most fight night bonuses in UFC bantamweight history with 9, by the way. Highest significant strike accuracy in UFC bantamweight history was 61.2%. So, I think he's really coming in. If you watch the UFC Embedded, I only watched 1 episode, but it looks like that he's ready to go. He's focused. He's ready. I don't know how Song Yadong is looking. He's the Kung Fu Kid coming off of some wins. He lost to Peter Yan, but not many people win against Peter Yan. The guy's a beast, but he lost back in March. So both riding high on some wins. Song Yadong's riding high on wins. And Sugar Sean O'Malley is trying to turn the corner, but at least he only lost to the champion, Devat Marab, twice. Hopefully that doesn't get into your mental. I believe if Sugar Sean comes out old school like he used to, we're going to see. Is he going to do the hair? He needs to do the hair. That's the whole thing. What's the win-loss ratio when Sugar Sean O'Malley doesn't color his hair? I'd like to know that one because I don't think he has in the past couple fights, and he's lost 0-2. So Sugar Sean O'Malley, get your hair done, all right, boy. I think Sugar Sean, the Sugar Show, comes back and gets the win, but it's going to be a tough one. It's going to be a tough matchup. Song Yadong, he can hit hard, and at plus 170, it's going to be a tough matchup. All right, lightweight interim title fight. Justin Gaethje, we are here. We are here at the main event of the evening. And I just want to tell you guys on Paramount Plus that it is a different start time on the main card. Now, it used to be 10 o'clock on ESPN Plus. Now we're at, Paramount Plus. Let's just add another plus. Paramount Plus Plus. Freaking stupid. Shut up. All right. 9 o'clock is your Eastern Standard Time. 9 p.m. is your start time for your main card. Gaethje versus Paddy the Baddy Pimblett, and this dude, Justin Gaethje, is the human highlight reel, and his nickname is the human highlight. He lost to Holloway back in April a couple years ago, and let's see, he's been beaten. He lost to Oliveira, but that was 2022. But he's beat Fiziev, he's beat Poirier. He's lost to Holloway, and then he just beat Fiziev just recently, back in March of last year, and that went to a decision. So I'm kind of anxious to see how well he's going to do. People are still talking about the cobwebs in his head against that knockout loss to Holloway, but we will see how that goes here soon. Saturday night, dude. I'm so excited about this. 9 first-round finishes. He's won 8 of his last 11. He is a former interim UFC lightweight champion. He won the title back in 2020, so he's not new to this. He could be the interim champion once again, which is pretty crazy, with the one dude, I think, Ilia Topuria, vacating. But taking a look at Paddy the Baddy. Now, dude is, I don't know if you watched the first interview of him. It was so freaking hilarious. Dude's from Liverpool, and you can barely, I don't know if you're hard to hear how his accent, some of his accents, like his accent is really tough to listen to. Now, Molly McCann is the one I can't even understand. When Molly McCann talks, I can't even understand what she's saying. But Paddy the Baddy is undefeated in the UFC. How many wins has it been? Let's see, 7. Has won 10 of his last 11 and 9 in a row. So I think it's 9 wins in a row in the UFC, and it started back in March of 2022. And the guy's just been beating people up, going the decision, sub, and knockout against Michael Chandler. Guy was freaking just dominated back in April. Paddy the Baddy Pimblett, we didn't know how he was going to be when he kept on getting bigger and better fights, and he goes to Michael Chandler, pretty much dominated him on the ground, beat him up, and knocks him out in round 3. If this is the question that I have a concern with, but when you watch the UFC Embedded, it kind of gets answered, but we don't know anything yet how Paddy's cardio is going to go into the later rounds. They say, and his coach says, that he's going to be feeling stronger from round 3 to 5. But of course, it's going to be a different story when you're in that octagon. But he's not new to this. He's been fighting in UFC for like almost 5 years, 4 years now. So people are acting like he's some newbie, but he's not. Dude's been around. And I wouldn't call him a veteran, but if he can get this win over Justin Gaethje, I would consider himself one of the best lightweights in the world right now. And if he gets the win against Gaethje, he's number 1. Nobody else comes close, unless Ilia Topuria or someone comes back to try to get that vacated interim title from the lightweight division, which Paddy the Baddy will have if he wins. But Gaethje's actually an underdog here at a plus 187. Paddy the Baddy is a minus 180. Odds are going to be considered a change here throughout the course of the week. Of course, it's only a Thursday night, and I think Friday or Saturday, the odds are going to change a little bit. But give me my money's on Paddy the Baddy. Now, don't be surprised if this goes to a decision now. But because Patty's probably going to take it a little easy. I don't think he's going to go 100% in the first couple rounds. He might hold himself back. And then the question is, how's he going to do in the stand-up against Justin Gaethje? How good is Patty's stand-up? That's going to be the big question Saturday night on this main card. So if he does a pretty good job in the stand-up and he can take him down, Patty's going to win. Easy. Now, all it takes is Justin to hit you one time on the noggin, and he's going to drop you and TKO you because he's not going to let you get up. He's going to knock you down, smother you, and take you out. So Patty's got to watch out for his striking defense. But from England, minus 180, Patty the Batty, give me that win. And there you go. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. Love you guys. God bless. Tip the waitress.